Greetings and welcome, intrepid travelers. It's me, Dashboard Devil, broadcasting out of the No Man's High hub where good buds explore higher. How are y'all doing today? We're back at it once again, Winterfest, building Krampus on his throne. But first, here's the Corvette I've been working on. I changed up the color scheme. It's kind of hard to see here. Leave the Corvette. There we go. And yeah, so this is the this is a color glitch done with the couch. And this is the red blue on the classic color palette. And yeah, so I decided that the dark gray and the red, while they looked really cool, the dark gray was actually a green color. And so all of the inside walls, or most of the inside walls, were an olive drab, dark, kind of dreary, and everything I put with them also just didn't feel right. So I wanted to change the color up, and this suits it much better. But we can get into Corvettes a little bit later, because right now we're going to start off with Krampus. And who do we have just hanging out? We've got Christopher Bunker. Welcome in. Oh, you said be right back. All right, we'll be here. So this is what we've got so far. Krampus on his throne, building this rather large throne for Krampus to sit upon. So today we'll be working on like shoulders and arms and perhaps a giant like walking stick kind of cane or something like that. The hands are probably going to be pretty difficult, but we'll see what we can come up with. Torso is managing all right. It'll look better once I add some more of the that grass right there. Just need to remember what color I used. So yeah, let's start at it. If you have any questions about any of the techniques that I'm using, feel free to ask away anytime. Blurt it out. Oh, and for people watching later on, if you want to join in the building, there are the glyphs in Eisentam. It is a purple system, so you'll need to have completed all of those quests in order to access this system. It's well worth it. Some really cool moons and a cool gas giant. So just leave that there for a second longer, and let's go. So let's see, we're going to kick it off with getting some light boxes, and we're going to work it just the way we did the legs. So we're going to just drop that here. Let's see if I can remember what we need to do. Got to flip that upside down. It's hard to get this just right. Although, yeah, I think a slight angle would be actually called for here. And we rotate this around. And just kind of figure out where this needs to fit in order to get everything worked out properly. I think that's out a little too far, so we're going to drop that in like this. I'm going to test this out. I think that's about right. Alright, now I'll have to move that light box in order to get these parts to sync in there properly. So we're just going to let that go for now. Delete that. And then start stacking these. Oh, dude, it's just cruising right through it. Alright, let's try it this way. There we go. And I'm just lining these up so that we can put a little stack. Alright, that's not going to work. So what I need is this right here. Copy it. Go to wire mode. And then we're going to put this like that. So now there's something solid to rest these light boxes on. And that is not going right. Alright, we're going to have to do it from this side. Oh man. Might have to come up with another plan for this because it is not working out quite right. But I'll keep going. Okay, so that's sinking in a little too far. So we're going to do this and just stack a few of these up. Okay, let's take one of those away. And that's a little bit better. But, oh, that is not quite it. Okay, I'd rather it sticking out a little too much than in too much. Can't figure out why. Okay, let's make these sink in a little bit more. I think that's going to be better anyway. that is not sitting in where it's supposed to sit. And that's a little frustrating. There's something, some kind of lump right there. I wonder if that's this. Nope, that was not it. Just gonna keep on going. Okay, that's fitting it a little bit better. Now, all of those are much better. Okay. So we can get that to tuck all the way in. Right. Let's see. Okay. That's actually not looking bad. But I do need to... Oh, it's just sinking right through the arm too. Okay. Okay, that's actually doing what I want it to do. And so these light boxes, if you're unfamiliar, they've got the snap point. And basically just putting them down so that I can snap that shrub onto each one of those points, and that's what creates the arm. Oh, that went down instead of out. Cool. Okay, we got the arm. Okay, now we got to Get rid of that. And those two. Hey, Krusty, welcome in. How are you doing? Hope your day is going well. I'm doing all right. I am doing all right. Just working on this, and I'm loving the way it's turning out. There's parts of it that are going to be a little complex. But I think that's all right. It's all part of the game. This is a difficult part right here. Because this is not sinking in quite the way it should. Yeah, his shoulders are not coming together right. But I had to do the arm first. Man, it sunk in like the knees. I did this exact same thing, but they sunk in just like perfect. Might need to sit that down for a second and then just work on other aspects of it and try to tackle it later, I think. Because like this right here should be just sinking all the way into the arm. Oh, and there's Atlas Galacticus entering the system. Welcome in, Atlas. Yeah, that's not going to work. See, like all of these are all kind of squished together and sunken into each other. But this one is just not working. I need a little bit more light on this. In case you didn't know, you can get these mud huts, put them in the air over your build, especially on a dark planet, and it'll brighten everything up. Oops. So now I can actually see what's going on here. That's so much better. Yeah, mud huts are versatile for so many things. So many things. Alright, I need to figure out see if I can figure out a hand. don't want to use the robot hand. That would be ridiculous. Oh, but I could do like fingers made out of the what do you call it? Igneous crystal. And I also need to figure out what I'm going to do for like a cane or walking stick. Crystal antenna might be interesting. I want something that will have like, what about this antenna? Something that I can add a big tree branch to. That way it has like a big heavy sort of look to it, but then has like a natural looking stick on the top, because that's what Krampus is really known for. There's lots of sticks. Ooh, there we go. We need the wizened stump. I don't know why it's called a stump, because that is clearly a tree. Let's see, as a sort of proof of concept, what that looks like. Do I just need a tree? Let's move that over there, but keep it off to the side. Giant wild walking stick. It's kind of okay. I don't know. Might also just leave that off to the side and pick that up again at a later date. It has advantages, but also has some glaring disadvantages. Oh, that could be neat. Playing around with his hooves. Grab some of this grass. I was having trouble with some of this previously. Keeps wanting to sit on top and not sink in. Okay, that one is doing it too. Okay, here. Okay, that's a little better. No, I still don't like it. And that one's sticking out too far too. What if I just shrink it? That one is sinking down a little better. Alright, I have some coffee. Starting to get a little tired. I set the wrong alarm this morning and woke up far earlier than I had intended. That was not fun. You are right next to me. I see that. I see that, Atlas. Okay. Let's grab some of this and start putting it in the torso. See, now the torso, it's sinking in better than it was on the shoulder. Oh wait, I'm going to avoid putting it on this side so I can have plenty of ability to put another arm. Why is that one a different color? That was odd. Just one of them was a different color. Very strange how that works out. Okay. Just put a smattering more of these around in blazes. Just 1 second, I need to check on something. Okay. Just got an alert that a package was delivered. Just checking up real quick. Okay, alright, everything's fine. Just keep on going. Oh, that's not sinking in. Up here. I mean, I guess that's kind of fair, because Krampus is rather woolly, traditionally speaking. Okay. Yo, Andre, welcome in. Can't wait for the week to be over and the holidays to start. Right on. Right on, right on. I'm going to be traveling to visit family back in Texas. So that should be fun. Haven't seen anyone in a while. I got oh, it's under exclamation Andre there, Krusty. And thank you. Yeah, so it should be fun to see. Have several siblings. Okay, there. That's the angle that I need. All right, how's that looking? Not too bad. And then after going to Texas, we are taking the kids to Mexico for New Year's. So I'll be gone for New Year's after I get back from Texas. Lots of travel. And then I've got more travel coming up next year at the same time. And we're gonna make a return trip to Japan. That should be an absolute blast. So looking forward to that. Yeah, this is gonna be our second trip there. The wild thing, like where we are now, it's cheaper to go and do Japan than it is to do a lot of other things. Like we've got a bunch of direct flights to Japan from the Pacific Northwest. And if you like scout it out ahead of time, especially like what we've started doing just really way in advance, you can find some incredible deals. So I'm gonna need to get back into learning Japanese again. just enough to get by, of course. Yeah, it is awesome. We're gonna, I think we're gonna go back to a couple of our favorite places in and around Tokyo, but then try some new places. Just to dig deeper in the culture. Yeah, one of my kids was sick the last time that we went, and so she did not get to do some of the. She had to sit out for a couple of fun things, and we're gonna go and make sure that she gets to do those this time. And the big one was going to Nara and petting the deer at the monastery there. So it's a fun experience, but at the same time, those deer are like a handful. They will bite you if you mess with them. and they do not mess around. Alright, this is still not working out. I'm gonna have to, might have to take that apart later and get everything to work better. Like the roots should not be preventing me from smashing one of these down in there, which is like I did the exact same thing on the knee right here. Like I should be able to stick that down in there, but it's not cooperating right now. On the little upper torso and kind of fade this into what's going to be like Krampus's neck. See if we can squeeze this down in there. And then I need to pick out, because I think a good thing to put in here at this point is to get a giant skull to put on top as the head, and then kind of pad the skull around, so we want those big horns. So I might need to fill this in later. Let's pick out the skull. Where are the skulls? I should have... Oh! Huh? I thought I have everything free on here. Difficulty. Crafting purchases, goods available, inventory stack limits, standard. Yeah, I should have all of the skulls. That's odd. Shouldn't be in any one of these inventories, but I'm checking anyway, because weird shit happens. Okay. Let me check, because I might have a ship that's full of bones. That might be what's going on here. Crush, Spaceman Spliff, Smoke 2, Thundercougar Falconbird, Stitch, Marauder. Let me bring in Thundercougar Falconbird. No. Oh, what the hell. Grape Crush. Why did Thunder Cougar Falconbird not leave? That's hilarious. I just parked them on top of each other exactly in the same spot. That's funny, you can barely see it. New hybrid ship. Take a snapshot of that. Ah, that's where the bones are. Okay. That's where they are. I don't have a full accompaniment, so we might go on a bone hunt. Because I'm not seeing the skull. Oh, that could work. The glorious rodent skull. All right, let me try that. Okay, because we need horns for our Krampus. The grazer skull could also work. But let's check out the glorious rodent skull. Hopefully we can make it large enough. Yes. Yes, we can. Rather glorious. Sink it down in there as much as possible. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Almost looks jackalope-like from above, a little bit. And then we'll cover up the skull itself. Yeah, you're right, it does kind of look jackalope. I don't know about the eyes. I think the eyes are going to be too large for us to compensate. The teeth work great though. I'm liking that. The overall concept is pretty good though. Okay. Let me take this off and put you over there. And now we're going to try the grazer skull. Although that doesn't have any teeth. Or does it? Yeah, it does. I think it needs to be a little more tilted, just slightly tilted. just looking down a little bit. Okay, this could work. His eyes are way back here. That one looks better. Yeah, I think so. I think we can do better yet. So I'm going to put this one aside too. And we're going to go up to do some trading. See what we can find at the space station. Just trade what we got instead of randomly trying to hunt down stuff and not knowing what we're going to get when we go digging around. But also, if there's not enough good stuff at the space station, then we might just need to go do that. And that's okay. I don't mind doing that. Oh, there's Atlas building. Swoosh. Or I guess Atlas was building. Alright. Let's check out some bones. Your finest skulls, please. Okay, let's take a look here what we got. Ovine skull. That could be a good one. Make you an offer. Sweet. Skull of the Golden Heart. Alright, let's see what we can do. How can we add that to sweeten the pot? So that's 2 skulls. I don't think... I don't know about the crown of bones. It looks just too deer-like for this particular project. Okay, we've already got the grazer skull. I don't like the horns on that one. The rodent skull just has the eye sockets are just too large. Glorious rodent skull. Nope, that's still giant rodent eyes. Skull of the bone thief. No, no, no. None of those. Now, if the human head had grazer horns, that would be pretty cool. That looks like Loki. I'll get it, just to see. Alright. Okay, those are all crocodilians. Those are giant beaver heads. Alright, I think that's what we've got to work with. Man, I was hoping for grazer horns on the human head. That would have been cool. Okay, so I think we got 3 skulls to mess around with. Oh, you know what? Let's just warp back. Oh, that was weird. Okay. Heading right back down. With our newly acquired skulls. And now the other ship is gone. That's funny. Okay, here we are. Skull of the Golden Heart. We can... Okay, I think it needs to be a little larger. And a little more sunken down in there. It's a little too sunken down in there. Okay, I think that's a bit better of a size. And it'll have like stuff added to the outside of it to kind of bulk it up and make Krampus look more alive. Hey, Bleeding Triangle, welcome in. How you doing? Okay, so we've got that one. Put these all together so it's easier to see them together to make our decision. And we've got 2 more to try, I think. We've done the grazer skull. Oh, the ovine skull. There we go. Yeah, I've been lurking. My gaming chair exploded. New one on Friday, hopefully. Hard to type. Oh no. Gaming chair exploded. Okay, that one's kind of cool. I don't know though. I feel like the skull and horns are a little out of proportion. Though, like if I'm going to add stuff to the outside of it to beef up that skull, it might not be so bad. Let's put that down. And then we've got one human-like skull to try out. Don't really care for the horns. I mean, it just looks like Loki. Those aren't proper Krampus horns. I do like the skull itself though. Skull is pretty cool, but definitely not those horns. I think in the space station that might be everything that's offered, but I'm going to do a quick check real quick. And look at the bone selection online. Bones. Excavated bones. nomansky.fandom.com. And hopefully if there are some other human type skulls that are not listed up in the space station, we might actually go on a hunt. Do you want me to check my skulls? It certainly wouldn't hurt. Like if you could find like a skull that like a human like skull that has more of those antelope type horns. If you've got one of those, that'd be great. The wiki page is being a pain in the ass right now and not loading in for me. Bone parts all No Man's Sky resources. Let's see if that one shows up. Okay, that website is coming in. Oh, and he's got a big ass chart of everything. Okay, the closest it has is a deer. Is a deer human skull with deer horns, and that's not the kind of Krampus I'm looking for. So I don't think it exists. Yeah, the space station has all of these. Yeah, pretty sure that it just has all of these, and that's all there is. All right, so we are going to pick out one of these, and I think it's going to be either this one or this one. Let's put them both up here. Two-headed Krampus. Okay. I'm thinking this one right here. Can I combine them? I could only combine them in Blender, which isn't a bad idea. Having both of these together, because there are a lot of Krampus depictions that have like multiple sets of horns, and having I could merge one of these or two of these skulls in with a human skull. I could do that in Blender. Put those horns on the hominid skull. That's a possibility. As long as I can get them to fit where this, like, see how long that is? I have to hide that within the human skull. I think it's possible. I think it's doable. There's one way to find out, and that's to dink around in Blender, which I don't want to do on stream because, like, it's a lot of little things to do, and I feel like that would be kind of boring because I have to go through, dig through the save file through the save editor, pull that out, and then put it into Blender, and then kind of, if I had it already set up to easily just do everything, I wouldn't mind doing it, but I feel like it's a lot for trying to do that during a live stream. But that is worth a shot for sure. Definitely worth a try. Because I love both of these horns, but I think the hominid skull would be better. But also the teeth that these have are cool. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. I have no idea what the rest of this is going to look like. But I think I'm going to try the skull merger off camera. With sizing, I'm sure you could do it. Yeah, I think I can do it. I think I could do it. Alright, that might draw this part of the building to a close, and I might do a bit more of this off camera. And yeah, so how about we go fuck around with a new Corvette or decorate the Corvette that I've got. Well, let's shift some gears to Corvette. Oh, you know what I want to do first? What I want to do first is I want to show off some of the caves on this moon here that we've got here. Like, check this out. This would make for a pretty fun base, I think. And once again, if anybody's watching who wants to build on this moon for our Winterfest event, you are free to do so. Let me throw those glyphs up real quick. Toss those out there again. There's the glyphs in Eisentam, where you too can build a Winterfest base. The event goes all the way through the end of January, and we'll be doing some base tours and Corvette tours and building some more. I am thinking about doing a secondary base with my PlayStation account here on this moon, so that could be a fun thing as well. I just tried it in Blender, works real nice. Protoform skull, then Bone Thief skull shrunk a bit and rotated. Fits inside nice. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. That'll be great. Like I was saying, I want to show off a couple of the cool places I've seen around here. And for one, I love these freaking crystals. There's lots of archways that go into caves. Caves over water, caves over land. Just like, check that out. Couple of shots. Get the timing just right, because a lot of times you end up with a staff through your head. Okay, that's that picture. Oh, and then there's stuff like this. The shapes that some of the lakes here have are just really neat. Like, check that out. And then there's a little land bridge over there, and then more water on the other side. And then this comes to a point and then expands back out as it goes through that trench all the way around. Back this way, where there's more caves. And then look at this. So much cool stuff you can do in these caves. And it cuts back this way. And most of the caves have multiple entrances. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Oh, gotta go. Have fun. Oh, good night, Andre. Have a good one. We'll catch you next time. Okay. And then of course there's like the dissonant crystals scattered all around. And sometimes you can come up with like dissonant crystals and then those giant green crystals and then a cluster of the frostwort all together. Like every now, like here's frostwort and the dissonant crystals. So many fun places to build. Here's a little island. Oh, nope, peninsula. I thought it was an island. There's huge waterways, rivers. Here we go. Green crystal. This guy. Dissonance resonator. Some corrupt sentinels. And then you've got the larger, God, I'm blanking out on the name right now. Radiant shards. Just some really cool places to build. There's been two places where I've seen double green crystals like this one right here next to each other. They're like really in close proximity. Little stand of trees with more sentinels. Little rested sentinel. Dissonance resonator. Just cool spots all around to build here. It's like this has several, this has a whole cave network. Okay. Thought it went all the way through, but it did not. Still a neat place. Oh, ruins. I haven't seen the ruins here. That's very orange. That's not as exciting to me. Oh, here's a cool cave on the water. There were a lot more that I saw last time when I was flying around. Just picked a different direction this time. Okay, we're back at the base. We did a big loop-de-loop. This is where I was originally going to build, but I like that spot over there a little bit better. We've got the radiant shards, green crystal, nice backdrop, but I wanted it to go over water a bit. I wanted it to be close to water. Alright, so let's hop in and head up to the space station. Actually, let's just teleport up there. Use the base terminus. Okay. Where's the system? It should say this system. Oh, I totally spaced that I went to Hyades on this save file. Huh. Might need to explore that at some point. Okay. Trouble in Paradise. Diesel Dog. Oh, come on. Why is it not registering? I've spent so much time at that space station. Saved there. Traveled from there. And it's not showing up. This is bizarre. Alright. Fuck it. I guess we're flying. On our way. Swoosh. I wonder why they put those vertical lines as you're cruising along. I wonder if that's a reference to something. While you're pulse flying, there's little vertical lines. Alright, let's start off going over some of the Corvettes that I already have. This is the most recent one with the newer paint job. And while I like the black and the red, it just I didn't like how the interior looked with those colors, so I changed it up, and I like this interior much better with these colors. This is roughly 135 parts made with the mod. And this is a color glitch from the classic color palette. Alright. Gonna hop in and show what I've done so far. We've got these little windows with the shield generators in there. Crew quarters, but I think I'm gonna move the crew quarters elsewhere. And then this, that right there is the round table. Alright, just like that. Just tilt it on its side to plug up that walkway, so that on the other side of that is this bedroom suite kind of place. I was working on this on my stream last night. So there's like an office and nutrient processor, various things like that. And the funny thing is, like, with the bottom of that round table, you can see through it. You can see through the base. It's freaking hilarious. So you can see out, but no one can see in. Light floors for corner shelves. And then the round end bar, shrunken down a little bit. Standard couch. And then this is another part poking through one of the outside wing parts. That little black panel behind it. Gray panel. That's all part of the same. Little fireplace in there. I achieved that. So normally, like, the carpet, it like goes up underneath the floor, those little floor bits. If you drop one down, the second one that you drop down will sit above them. So then you can go and delete the bottom one. And you've got this carpet that sits on top of all of the parts of the floor. Wedge that in there. And then I kind of put several of these pieces in there, kind of merged a bunch of parts that you would never know except that I told you about it. And then, like, normally you can't put anything on this table, it just falls right through, but if you put a light floor down and you just slowly raise it, takes a little bit to get it just right. God, it was really easy to do last night. But that's the basic idea. Let's see if we can do it this way. There, that's better. So you do that. Back out. So then you can put a few objects on top of that. spot right there. Delete the objects, and then you've got those sitting on the table. Alright, so that is that. Oh, and I put the shell assembly unit right there, flipped it around. It has that really cool metallic outside. Alright. So let me see if there's anything that I haven't really shown on this. Okay, this is the other one that we completed on my surprise Sunday stream. Completed this design. And we've got this sort of swept back connection to those parts. I really like how this turned out. Oh, and then got the holographic chart projector in there, and you can just walk around the outside and then back through here, and then look how it just stops at the doorway. I just like how that turned out. Got some rear-facing photon cannons. And it maneuvers pretty nicely too, which I like. I think I got it up to 2500 maneuverability. Oh, it rearranged everything because I'm in multiplayer. Shit. Did it again. That is so obnoxious. Okay. So how about we start something new? Wait, let me make sure that I've got enough space for one more new one. Okay, we've got our 1 in the hangar. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we've got room for one more. Oh, did not mean to call that one in. Create new Corvette. Start fresh design. I think I want to try for one of those open concept where you delete out a bunch of the halves. I'm not sure what shape it's going to take yet, but I think we can figure that out along the way. Start off with the maroon and sky blue. Mag field landing thrusters. Just trying to come up with a concept. Go with the ambassador class. throw down some Zenith class reactors. And we're going to do a little bit of crisscross style circle. See where that takes us. Flesh this out with the rest of the parts. We need thrusters and a weapon system. Alright, now we can save that, since we've met all of our basic requirements. And that way, if I decide to trash it, it'll be a little bit easier to just strip it all the way back down. Swift Shield ZU6. Actually, need to come over here and start dropping some windows, free placed windows. Do the paneled window. And wedge ourselves in here so it can't go forward anymore. And then our little center pointer dot stick right in between these two. And it's really important to get this as close as you can each time you do it. And it's not easy because your eyes start to mess with you after a minute. Trying to get it lined up exactly feels like a fool's errand. But it's worth it if you just take a little bit of extra time and do that all the way around. Just try to get it in the exact same spot. Hey, Grimy, what up? Doing alright today. Doing alright. Trying to get this exactly as much as possible anyway in the same spot as the others all the way around. Not an easy task. And you're like, I think that's it? All you can do is try it, and if it don't work out, then fucking fix it. It's like right there. Is that the center? I don't know. Maybe. It's close. It's more important that it's close to the last one you did. Closer to the last one you did than anything else. Alright, so we've got, that's it. We've got those 4 right there. And what else we doing? Oh, okay. So now we're going to grab these and connect that to the windows that we free placed. But we've got to figure out which side to put them on. And we do that by looking really closely at that rectangle right down at the bottom. When you rotate this in the other direction, that rectangle is larger. So what we want to do, we're going to do the smaller one. We're going to go around, and each time we're just going to make that smaller one go in the direction that we want it to go in. There we go, that's the smaller one. So we want that closest to us each time that we do this. There we go. There. That wasn't so bad now, was it? So after that, what we want to do is put that out there, that out there, boom, and again. We're going to delete those. That'll take the windows with it. And then we grab these. That goes into there, goes into there, and then it goes back in the other direction. Just like that one, and like that one. So we've got it pretty close to center. That's very close. Alright, next we're going to flip these around. Trying to remember how we're going to do this. Oh, yeah. So we're going to delete those. They're going to come back, but just in a different form. Drop that. That. Keep going around. And we're going to delete all of these. put that right there. Apply edits. And then we're going to do that thing again with the free placing of the windows. And again, we're going to stick that right in the center, as dead on center as we can. And keep in mind you're going to do it 3 more times. And it is very much worth spending the extra time to get it just right. Because if you don't do that, the larger your circle away from the center is, the more, what should I say, wrong the lineup will be for the parts. And I'll show you, like, so right here, it's not perfectly center. We got it pretty close, and that's doable. But the farther away from center we bring those parts out, the larger that separation is going to be. And it can be a little frustrating. A lot of times in the end it doesn't matter too much, because you know, you only see it if you're looking really closely. And if you're just scrutinizing it that much, then you're missing really the bigger picture of what the overall design for that Corvette is in the first place. Oh hey, look, it is 4:20. Smoke them if you got them. Alright, really close. I'll wet that. We got, okay, that's it. We got all 4 of them. Just verify it. Yep, all of those are there. With that real quick. Just even that alone is kind of a neat start to an idea. Hold on just 1 second, I gotta get myself a drink. Oh, dang it. When I flipped my mic up to drink some coffee, it never turned back on when I flipped it down. Oops. I'm here. Not Builder's Hush. But I did say that I have seen your Futurama ship. Are you still in the system? Because it might be a good time to take a little bit of a break. We can check out a Corvette or two if somebody else wants to bring their Corvettes in. Whew. Thought I almost lost that design. Let some of these ideas percolate. I have been thinking about doing sort of a UFO type ship, but I might need to expand this out to 16 sides instead of just 8 sides. And for that, I'm going to need to go back to Crisscross's tutorial because I forget how to do that. But yeah, go ahead and bring your Corvette back and I'll check it out. I've been wanting to see the inside of it since you brought it out to community late night, and now would be a good time to check it out, I think. I feel like I heard you land, but I'm not seeing anything. It's weird, I haven't seen any regular ships in and out for a little while. Just the pattern alone is cool on this. We might be not in the same instance. Can't bring it to regular space station because I'm in abandon mode and the stations are not synced. Oh, okay. Alright, so I've saved this one. So we're going to get another ship and I'll meet you. Are you on the planet? Are you back like where my base is, or are you in a different place? Where are you, so I can meet you? That would explain why I could see you, I could see your icon, your marker, in the space station until I landed in the space station and then you disappeared. Okay, if you meet me back over at my base, I'll just pop down there from here. And for any new people that have joined us, I can show you how far I got on Krampus. There's several different skulls that we were playing around with. And I'm going to take this into Blender and merge like the hominid skull. Like the hominid skull doesn't have the cool horns. It just has this Loki crown looking thing. But these cool horns right here, and I can merge the two in Blender. I just like these horns better. They look more like Krampus. Yo, Scott Rinse Repeat. What's up? Yeah, so I did make some headway on Krampus. We've got the arm here. I need to work on the shoulder. I need to put some more of these shrubs on the shoulder to pad that out to make it look like the arms and legs. It was not cooperating earlier, like the knees. Like the knees worked out just fine. And I tried to apply that same technique to up here, and it just is not working. So bring dash a shrubbery. Multiple sizes so we can achieve that layered effect. It's important. But I do like how the bladed grass makes Krampus look really woolly, and he almost has like an internal glow underneath all of that. Like it's kind of stands out in the dark a little bit. But yeah, like the only way to get the skull the way I want it is to merge these skulls with the hominid skull. But the plain hominid skull, not the Loki crown skull. Went down a rabbit hole of Christmas markets in Germany. Some cool Krampus costumes were had. Nice. Yeah, we went to a Krampus Fest here locally that was put on by this big goth group. It was two businesses that are across the street from each other that put on this big Krampus style event. It was fun. They had at least 3 or 4 people dressed as Krampus, and you could sit on Krampus's lap and take pictures like Santa Claus. It was great. It was just fantastic. There was a market of all kinds of handicrafts, some more creepy than others. Real bones, a couple of real taxidermy things. It was fun. We had a blast. It was raining, but you know, it wasn't too bad. There was some great art. There was some fantastic art. Looks awesome so far. Can't wait to see the final results. Yeah, it's getting there. Like let me show you real quick what the skull looks like. Kind of. These are my lights so I can see at night. I'll show you what one of these looks like. And that alone looks pretty cool, but if I'm going to put eyes and stuff like that, like it needs a hominid skull in order to really work right and look like the traditional Krampus. He doesn't usually have as big of a snout. Sometimes Krampus has a snout, but it just depends. I'm gonna dig through some actual images of Krampus and kind of merge things and get it the closest I can possibly do it, and put the eyes in and everything, and just playing around with combining these to make like a big walking stick, but I couldn't get them to merge in together here, so that might be another use of Blender to get those to fit together. It's like this alone, it's okay. It just, I wish there was another version of this that didn't have all the extra branches on it. It's like I did have that, and it looked alright, but I think it would be better. Just with a little bit less branches, I think would look so much better. It looks too busy, and it kind of occludes the greater image of Krampus as he sits on his throne. And then there's going to be all kinds of like recessed lighting in here. Krampus ass right there. Krampus cheeks. Woolly Krampus cheeks right there. Oh, you're at my base. Okay. I'm just like blah 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 blah. Need to move that. Over there. Oh, there you are. See, I was trying to figure out doing a Futurama ship, but I couldn't get it my brain to wrap around it. But of course we didn't have some of the newer parts. But I like what you've done with it. I like the fins back here. That is really cool. The one big engine booster in the back, of course. Yeah, I like what you did with it. I don't know how it could have been better than this. I sat down and I thought about it, tried to get some parts together, and I couldn't get it to happen. So I'm glad that you got it to work fairly well. Okay, let's dive on in. Is it decorated on the inside very much? Doesn't look like it. So there's some couches. Not a lot of decorating, but some. That would be fun as hell to like create a bunch of little Scooty Puff Juniors and stick them in the cargo hold. That would be a lot of fun. There's got to be a way to create Scooty Puff Jr. Oh, that would be a great micro blender Corvette build as a Scooty Puff Jr. That'd be so damn funny. Even if there's not much on the inside, I do love the outside, so that's pretty great. Take another look at it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, went into the water. At some point I might give it another shot. That's hilarious. All the birds are just flapping in place while I'm in camera mode. Don't usually get to see the asteroids. I don't usually see them this close. That's cool though. The birds are still stuck. Still stuck. Screech! Screech! Okay. Need to figure out what I want to put in this area back here. Like maybe a horde of presents that that Krampus has stolen from the bad children. That might be fun. I want to do something a little more complex with the throne as well. Gosh, that's coming along nicely. Just want to see. See if that broadcasts light up. It's hard to tell with these guys sitting up here, so I'm going to move them out of the way real quick. It needs a Zoidberg. Yeah, it does. Alright. Okay, it does broadcast light up. That's exactly what I was hoping. And it's just a little guy, just one little... one little mud hut pointed up. This back up there. That looks so nice, like hovering around up here. And to raise the skull up a little bit, merge those together. This isn't terrible. It's not my favorite, but it isn't terrible. Move it out of the way for now. Is there anything else that would work? Well, I better get going. It's nice to see you again. As always, take care, and may the multiverse be with you. All right, Atlas, thanks for popping in. Have a good one, and we'll catch you next time. One of the things I wanted to decorate around with okay, Wonder Projector. So I wanted to put a couple of the green crystals around. That's about right. Oh, what the hell? Why did it get reset? Okay, what does that one look like? Weird and no. Okay, so now I need to go scan. Wait, did I scan them already on this? Should have already scanned them. Yes. God, I love these. Oh, wait. I need minerals. That's what I need. There we go. We're going to put that right there. I always just put a random string of letters when I'm saving it, because if I ever replace it, it doesn't easily allow me to change the name. So I just started. Doesn't really matter. I can see the image. Ooh, is there any fauna that would look cool? Okay. I like this sort of, looks like a honey dipper almost. That black and red crystal look really cool too. These might be fun to add a few extra frosty nugs around. And I also liked this. I don't know if it'll come in handy for this base. But it'll still be fun to have in there for now. Alright, I'll just leave it at that for this moment. The dark crystal is that could come in handy. Okay, let's change that to that. Same thing over here. I think I might rather have that on the snowy area around the outside. Perhaps. Or at the very least just sort of maybe coming up from behind it and then putting these under the deck at that distance apart so that bottom actually touches the floor tiles. That's pretty decent, having them go off in opposite directions. Need to rotate this one a little bit more. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll play with that a little bit more, I think. Alright, what height is this? Oh, okay. So it's just one height. One wall height. So what they need to do is come in here. Drop that right there. Drop that right there. Let's see if we can get this to work. Okay, a little bit more behind and larger. Okay, where do we want? Oh, okay. Okay. I was reading a different name on there and it looked really weird. Okay. That looks better. Do you play Enshrouded, Dash? I feel you'd be a great builder in that one. I have not played Enshrouded. I have not. Alright, I'm going to bring it a little bit more this way. Rotate it to the right as well. Okay, that's better. And it'll, like, I like the way it curves and fits that little space of the throne. And so I want to achieve that on the other side, and it's pretty close to already there. Just need to get it to the right size and the right place. Yeah, I've thought about other building games, but I just haven't had one jump out at me. Like, I've seen people play Enshrouded, I've seen Satisfactory, and it just, neither of them have gripped me the way No Man's Sky has gripped me. Oh, forgot to reset it over here. Okay, so look look at what it's saying that mineral is named. Just, like, look at that. Just, I did not do that. That is the game calling that come tight. All right. We'll move along. See, that's variite. Variite. That's what I put in there. Damn it, No Man's Sky. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, this is... It doesn't look like a lot right now, but the way I have this in my head, it's going to be this wildly over the top kind of build. And you can see that I like all of those little adjustments is what got me to this place where the curvature of that green crystal fits in so nicely behind the throne. It's not in the foreground taking over, but it's a nice backdrop. It's still very present and very large, but it's not completely taking over. Flip the sun over there so it brightens this up so you can start to see, like I'll sink a bunch of red, like the sodium lamps in there. Let's just see what doing that will do. Lantern. And shrink these down pretty small and tuck them into various places like this. Stick it right here in this wedge. Sometimes if you just stick the camera way up underneath all of that, you can get them to sink in. You can get these parts to sink in and hide. Sometimes it's easier than others. Drop them in there, tuck them in however you can. That was too close to the other one. There we go. It's a good spot. Oh yeah, check him out. And let's take this skull out. That might be a little too much. So I might take some of those back out. But that's the basic idea. A little bit less, a little bit more strategically placed. Let's grab this one. If we can reach it. There we go. Yeah, we got two right here real close to each other, so we can remove one of them. Actually, we got three of them, so let's remove the middle one. If we can. Man, I buried it pretty good. I might need to pull that out in Blender. So close. It's weird how you can bury it in there and not be able to reach it to get it back out. Man, I tucked it in there pretty damn good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that out another time. A little bit more subtle glow, I think, is what we need. So definitely no sphere generator. That would be insane amounts of orange glow. But just to show, though, like how all of the color really comes alive with just a little bit of lighting. Oh, leaving Krusty. Bye. Going to head out. Have a good one. Thanks, Dash. You have a good one, too. And we'll catch you next time. Oh, that light box is down there? That light box should not be down there still. Oh wait, no, I was leaving that as a placeholder. So that's got to be a placeholder, but why is it glowing? There's no power there. And power is not free on this build. Strange. Damn, I can't even reach that lantern. It's right there on the friggin' surface. There we go. There, that's better, that's better. It's a little more evenly spread out. Alright, so I'm gonna try to reach in there and copy that one and put it at that same angle on the other side. There we go. That's it. Come on, wedge down in there. That's the wrong place. There we go. That's it right there, and I need to complete that shoulder and then do the other arm. Alright, I want to see what this, see if I can. No, I need to figure out what I can layer over the skull to kind of fill it out. So I'm going to experiment with that and then delete it all because I'm going to mess around with it in Blender. Get some filler going. Some makeup filler for this beastie. Oh, it's funny how it's glowing like that. Flip it around. So it's not reflecting the snow. Yeah, I'll be able to fill it in with these rocks. And then top that with a bunch more of the grass on the face so that the grass will have something to like sit on top of. And it's still sinking in a little bit. That does not look good. Looks a little mangy. Don't need that. Alright, I can still play around with that and figure it out. Sink in a little bit more. See, it's sinking in here. I don't know. now that one won't go in, so I'll just do that. That's looking pretty dope though. I dig the way it's coming about. Okay. This lamp needs to come out. I see you. Reach in and grab it. Come on. Oh, I lost it. There it is. Alright, I'll have to fuck with that later. Gotta run. Everyone have a great night. Krampus looks awesome, my guy. Thank you, I appreciate that. You have a good one too, Grimy. There were a lot more trees back here, but I brought in one of my ships and accidentally crushed it all, so I might need to replace them with more holograms. But it looked really nice over the backdrop. I have to differentiate the color of the chair from Krampus, because right now the chair just looks like a part of him, like some kind of weird wing back he's got. So it could be that I just minimize the throne altogether and just make him the focal point on just a regular basic chair. That way he's like really the focal point. And then come back here. Yeah. I can like that. And then his big staff, whatever that ends up being. And then, like, fill this, like I said, with lots of hoarded presents. One thing I want to do real quick though is actually I'm going to leave that for now. I want to block all of this in because it's too busy and it kind of is kind of taking away from. I'll just go ahead and do this. Yeah, it looks less busy. And I might even flip that out for a different, more flat-like. Also had this thought. that. Or I might even go and exchange that out for like a round pillar in the middle. That might be the better way to go. Because even that doesn't look too bad. That actually doesn't look bad. But it does take up a lot of room. Though that means that it's less presence that I have to render in, or not render, but supply. And I can just like fill in this kind of area in the forefront, not so much like pack the entire thing with presence, but I think I could make that work. I think I'm going to put this back into place for now. I think that makes more sense. I was just going to make some kind of interesting cutouts and see if that would make the overall piece more interesting, but I don't know that it would. Just going to try this real quick. Get this cylinder. Get purple. Give it some texture. Like a cylindrical post instead of that big bulky thing, but I don't know, now it looks like it's almost too weak to hold everything up, because we're also going to come back and put these up here. We can get that to snap into place, right? Like so, and then we'll do like a little half right there. Okay. I don't know about this. What if I just did one closer to here? Like that. I could even drop that down. like so. Tuck that back in a little bit more. That looks better. That looks better, I think. Yeah. That's a pretty good fit in that spot. Alright. It is coming along pretty nicely, I think. God, that's gonna look pretty wild with all of the presents and stuff. There's still so much more to do on this. Take that picture for now, just as a progress shot. There we go. Okay, so most everyone is left, and I probably need to get off now. I've got a phone call with my daughter in a little bit. So I appreciate everybody coming out, and I'll leave the glyphs in case there's anybody who has not, who's still watching, who has not stopped by to drop down a base computer in case you want to. There's the glyphs right there in Eisentam, Purple Star System. Come on out, build some cool shit for Winterfest. And like I always say, I appreciate everyone spending some of your very, very precious time with me. I appreciate it greatly. And thank you for coming out and watching what I do. Please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Helps out the algorithm. And yeah, so I think that's where we're going to end it. And until next time, peace out, y'all.